Ferrari Roma versus Porsche 911 Turbo S, which is best? Although Ferrari and Porsche are two of the most well-known names in the supercar industry, their histories and cars could not be any more different. Even though both automakers can produce remarkable automobiles, Ferrari's dedication to Formula One racing and the company's effect on supercars stand in stark contrast to those of its German rival. Ferrari has always been the Hermes of the eye for the rich. On the other hand, Porsche has succeeded in appeasing automobile enthusiasts who place a premium on dependable vehicle performance and practicality in the background. And while these cars are comparable in performance, they are very different. So which is best? Overview. Although many adjectives can be used to describe a Ferrari, sensible probably isn't one of them. However, the Ferrari Roma model perhaps most closely fits this description. Not only is it the most affordable Ferrari that is currently on the market, but the fact that it has seats for 4 people in total makes it even more remarkable. The exterior is an absolute work of art, while the 3.9-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine cranks out a brutal 612 horsepower. One of the best things about driving a Roma is that it is a split personality. It can eat up the miles in luxury or entertain you depending on how you feel at the time. The Roma is an appealing blend of a Bentley Continental GT and a Porsche 911, with an added Italian design flair. Talking of the Porsche 911, there has never been a supercar that has endured for as long and been sought by as many people as the Porsche 911 Turbo. When it was first introduced in 1974, the flagship Porsche 911 rewrote the rulebook for performance automobiles. It featured a rear-mounted turbocharged 6-cylinder boxer engine and sported a trademark whale-tail rear spoiler design. Since then, the German automobile manufacturer has put a lot of effort into perfecting the essential engineering formula of the first model, even if this process has resulted in the occasional shift in mindset. Even though all 911 engines now come standard with a pair of turbochargers, the ultimate turbocharged version of the 911, the Turbo S, receives a series of upgrades as part of the 991.2 generation update. These include improvements to the vehicle's design, lighting, and aerodynamics, a much-needed overhaul to the vehicle's infotainment system, and increases in power and fuel economy. Exterior design. The 911 Turbo has broader hips to accommodate larger rear tires than a standard 911. If you are having trouble telling them apart, just check for the black air intakes located in front of the monstrous rear wheels on the Turbo S. However, the extra girth would be visually noticeable even if those air intakes were absent. Aside from that, it has crisper lines and detailing, lending further differentiation from the traditional 911. You have active aerodynamics much like it was in the model before it. And when you select the Sport Plus mode, the front splitter extends lower, looking like a tongue sticking out, and the rear wing stands up on struts, imitating a GT3. When you step on the brakes hard, this vehicle's rear wing also acts as an air brake in the style of a McLaren, boosting the car's drag level and assisting in its deceleration. For the Ferrari Roma, this is a work of art in every sense. Although it takes its design cues from the renowned Ferrari GTs of the 1960s, it also maintains a contemporary air. Ferrari characterizes the front as having an effect similar to a shark's nose, but what we like about it is how understated the grille is, especially considering the trend in recent years of ever-increasing grille sizes. A front mid-engine GT can be identified by its very lengthy and broad bonnet. Along the sides of the vehicle are alloy wheels that measure 20 inches, but other than that, nothing interrupts the clean lines. An active rear spoiler can be found in the back of the vehicle in addition to aesthetically pleasing taillight clusters, quad-exit tailpipes, and a quad-exit exhaust system. You could also add some components made of carbon fiber on the exterior. Interior design. For the Porsche 911 Turbo S, the interior, like the exterior, is a mid-evolution of the previous 991, so the fundamentals are the same. It has a well-sorted, low-seat, and highly adjustable driving position, a rising center console, and a clean, simple layout that feels solidly built and looks suitably special. A small dial is located on the steering wheel to control the various drive modes, and an analog clock is included in the Sport Chrono Pack. This is similar to the previous models, however, there have also been substantial modifications made. Driving features such as switchable stability control, suspension settings, and others are brought closer to your hand and your line of sight by a row of toggle switches than in the past. Also, the compact feel of the 997 and earlier generations, which were taken out of production more than a decade ago, is now in the 911 Turbo S. This is a drawback in some respect. Still, the upside is that there is more usable space, with quite a generous rear room for a 2+2 configuration, even though it is still a perch that is best reserved for children. The interior of the Roma is exquisitely designed and is separated into 2 discrete chambers, one for the driver and one for the front seat passenger. In contrast to most other Ferraris, the Roma has a digital instrument cluster measuring 16 inches rather than the more commonplace analog rev counter. It also features a vertical touchscreen interface. The quality of the cabin is excellent, although the haptic controls on the steering wheel are difficult to operate. Because there is a wide selection of colors and styles of seats available for the cabin, the appearance of the space can be altered significantly depending on how you want it. It has a beautiful design, but is not nearly as user-friendly as the Porsche. The Ferrari Roma has the capacity to carry a total of 4 passengers. However, like the Porsche 911 Turbo S, adults will find it unpleasant to sit in the back because access, legroom, and headroom are cramped back there. These seats are more suitable for children or for use as additional storage. However, in the front seats, the headroom and legroom are both satisfactory, and the dual cockpit configuration creates a pleasing sense of oneness with the vehicle for both the driver and the front seat passenger. Additionally, there is a display for the front seat passenger. Engine and performance. For the Porsche, the new Turbo S engine is derived from the 3.0-liter twin-turbocharged unit used in the Carrera. However, this engine has been substantially modified, and its capacity has been increased to 3,745 cc. The turbochargers still use variable turbine geometry, but they have been redesigned to be symmetrical to provide the best possible flow of gases, and the diameter of the turbine wheels has been raised from 58mm to 61mm. Power has been increased to 640 horsepower, while torque has been increased by 37 pound-feet to 590 pound-feet. Other improvements include a more effective intercooler system and an upgraded air intake. When equipped with all-wheel drive and the 8-speed automatic PDK transmission, the new model's acceleration time from 0 to 60 miles per hour is 2.7 seconds, 0.2 seconds faster than the standard 911. Additionally, the new model's acceleration time from 0 to 124 miles per hour is 8.9 seconds, a full second faster than the previous model. A magnificent 3.9-liter twin-turbo V8 engine can be found beneath the Roma's lengthy hood. This engine is capable of producing 612 horsepower and 561 pound-feet of torque. Ferrari's previous 7-speed transmission has been replaced with a new 8-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission that is smaller and nearly 13 pounds lighter than the previous transmission. The 8-speeder is an evolution of the transmission first seen on the SF90 Stradale. This powertrain is exceptional in many different ways. The power of the V8 engine is dominant in every situation, whether you are starting from a complete stop or passing slower traffic on the highway. Nonetheless, it is how all of the puzzle components interact with one another that determines the outcome. When using the paddle shifters, you will experience a quick response from the throttle and instantaneous gear changes. When in automatic mode, the transmission seems to move much slower, yet this option is beneficial when sitting in traffic in the city. Verdict. From a strictly egotistical point of view, Porsche already has everything covered for me. I'd choose the Turbo S any day. However, the Ferrari Roma is a marvelous piece of engineering, and it will be a delightful automobile to buy for people who can accept the trade-offs that have been made. That's all from this video. Which of these cars would you choose? See you in the next one.